Hello and welcome back. Welcome back, Smiley folk. Today I have another video for you guys that comes from the heart. Inspiration has erupted. Yes, I thought of this video idea about 30 minutes ago and I decided to press record because I thought this was too good to let this idea pass from me. So I got to jotting down on my little iPad, making my notes so that way I could record this right now and get it to you guys fresh from the press. Okay, fresh from the press. Because today's video is a good one and it's a topic that is so under discussed. Today's topic is overstimulation, feeling overstimulated, feeling overwhelmed as a Christian with all the things of the world and how to navigate that biblically speaking. So we're going to be getting into that, and hopefully this breaks some shackles off of you guys. Hopefully this gives you some peace and some relaxation and you're able to implement these steps in your day-to-day life so that way things can be a whole lot more calmer and a whole lot more sensible. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into our very first point. This is how you're going to kill overstimulation for good. How to kill overstimulation for good. Point one. Cut the noise. Literally cut the noise. Cut it out. Because that's 9 times out of 10 why you're so overwhelmed. It's the television that's feeding you subliminals. It's the music that's feeding you subliminals. It's the phone and social media that's feeding you subliminals. Everything we do nowadays has subliminals in it. All these subliminals that come in from all different directions of the world, they get crammed into you. And it becomes so hard for you to think, let alone hear the voice of God, that you get overwhelmed because there's so much propaganda. There's so much information that is being pushed into your head at any given moment that you don't have a second to really stop and process the information you're being fed and whether or not you should even be holding on to it. Those songs that you're listening to that are mumbling words, you don't even realize it's saying, I'm a killer. I'm a murderer. I'll take somebody out. You don't even realize it because it's mumble words, but it's still being spoken over your environment. And as we know in the Bible, words have power. We know that words have power. So when you're mumbling those words, they still have power. And then there are the TV shows that have all these subliminals as well. And then you open up your phone and it's a full digest of what the world wants you to be. You got to cut the noise. You got to cut the noise. You can't tune into God when there's so many words being thrown at you, so many thoughts being thrown at you. And it's happening so fast that you're not even able to pick up on the things that your mind is latching onto and even believing. You've got to cut the noise. You've got to mute the world in order to pick up on God. Psalm 46 verse 10, be still and know that I am God. So that's our point number one. And then for our point number two on how to kill overstimulation for good, we have pick fewer battles. You want to stop being overstimulated? Stop stepping into an arena. Seriously though, if you try to fight everything, then your life becomes a battlefield. I'm not telling you to be passive when it comes to wickedness. I'm telling you to realize that not everything deserves a response. Not everything deserves a response. Every time you get a bad feeling or a vibe from someone, or someone is unjustly angry, any negative emotion, it doesn't warrant a response. If you're going to pick a battle for the kingdom. But don't pick battles just because someone's poking at you. Don't pick battles just because someone's annoying you. Don't pick battles just because someone is trying to get under your skin. I get it. We're human. It happens. You get upset. But if you live that way, where you're constantly on go, then you're going to end up overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with what? Overstimulated with what? Anger. Because if it's one thing this world is going to do, it's going to probe you. It's going to test you. It's going to poke at you. That is what this world is going to do. So it will never end. You will constantly be angry. You will constantly be angry if you never are willing to relent. If you are never willing to back up and just remove yourself from a negative environment. And our supporting verse for this point is Proverbs 29 verse 11, which reads, a fool gives full vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back. It's wise, y'all. It's wise, y'all, to choose your words carefully. So pick your battles wisely. Not everything deserves a response. And now moving on to our point number 3, how to kill overstimulation for good. Point number 3, control your environment brutally. And the reason why I added that word brutal in there is because a lot of Christians have this perception that we're supposed to offer ourselves up to everyone. And while it is true that you should be willing to deal with everyone and you should be seasoned, or at least trying to become seasoned enough to handle all different types of people, it doesn't mean you allow everyone to have access to the intimate parts of your character, to who you are as an individual. So you do need to protect the things that are personal and personable to you. You need to protect those things. Not everyone should have access to your immediate environment. I have always said this, and I will always say this: chaos begats chaos. If you allow the chaoticness of someone else's life or the chaoticness of the world around you to infiltrate your space, it will begat chaos within that space as well. So, of course, be loving, be kind, be open to communicating with others, but understand that there are limits and there are certain things that you need to do in order to protect yourself. There's a level of protection that you should have as a Christian when it comes to the things that are intimate to you. So brutally control your environment. And the verse for this point is 1 Corinthians 14, verse 40, which reads, "Let all things be done decently and in order." And now I chose this verse as the verse for this point because it emphasizes the concept of order, the concept of everything having a proper place. And that is the underlying premise behind this point. Everything has its proper place, and it should be placed in its designated space. And now moving on to our point number 4 on how to kill overstimulation for good, we have move slow on purpose. This one is a big one. This one is a big one because now we're getting into the enemy's playbook, okay? We're getting into the enemy's playbook and how he likes to weaponize speed to overwhelm you. Yeah. You ever notice how the enemy likes to push things on you real quick? Thoughts, actions, worldviews. He loves to shove them on you real quick before you even have a chance to process them. He loves to use speed. So how do we combat that? With slowness, with stillness. You are going to be slow. Because when you are slow, there's something very powerful that happens. 2 main things that happen when you are slow that are incredibly powerful. The first thing is you tell your body, hey, you're not in danger. Very powerful. Because when your body feels like it's in danger, it does all types of impulsive things. So you're regulating your body when you slow down and you say, hey, take a second. You're not in danger. That's enough to stop a lot of dangerous impulses that your body might try to lead you to acting on. And the second thing that happens when you slow down is you tell your spirit, hey, be still, be calm, trust in the Lord. That is the second thing that happens when you slow down. When you slow down, even if just for a second, you give yourself a chance to allow discernment and wisdom to kick in. Do not allow the enemy to rush you because he will. He wants everything to be quick. He wants you to be quick. He wants your environment to be quick because then you don't have time to stop, wait on the Lord, trust on the Lord, and regulate yourself. Okay? So slow down, slow and steady, y'all. And now we've made it to our point number 5. By far one of the most important points in this entire video. And it's one of the leading reasons behind why a person ends up so overstimulated. So for point number 5 on how to kill overstimulation for good, we have normalize boredom again. This is why I said this is probably the biggest one. We live in a generation of constant dopamine hits. Everybody needs their dopamine to be slapping the ceiling. Everybody needs to constantly be stimulated and seeing something that's enjoyable or entertaining. That's how you tell your body, you teach your body that it needs to be overstimulated. And by the time you realize that you've actually been teaching your body to be comfortable in overstimulation, by the time you realize that you've been teaching your body this, you're burnt out. You're burnt out. And it's all because you've been allowing your dopamine to slap the wall for months, if not years. So yeah, it's like actually crucial at this point. It is crucial that you detox from all this dopamine. If you're trying to kill this overstimulation bug you've got going on, you need to detox from this dopamine by allowing yourself to just be bored. Allow yourself to just do nothing. Constant stimulation isn't healthy for you. Have some boring days where you don't do much, if anything, at all. And I know some of you out there are probably like, but seriously, just sit and do nothing. And you'll realize that a lot of the time it's not even emptiness that you're about to be met with. It's actually a sacred space. It's really good for your body. It's good for your health. And as it says in Isaiah 30, verse 15, in returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and in trust shall be your strength. I leave you on that note. Those are 5 points on how to kill overstimulation for good. I hope this freed some of you. I hope it broke off some chains. And I pray to be seeing you in the next one. So like, comment, share, do all the things. And I pray to be seeing you in the next one. Yeah, bye.